I began skipping school lunches when I was only in the 7th grade. Fast forward to 16 years old and I'm binging in a parking lot alone at a Taco Bell, disgusted with myself and my surroundings, which then led to nearly an uphill battle, a war with my looks and an eating disorder, and a near decade of isolation and loneliness, fighting my demons alone. Mankind currently is extremely affected by an epidemic that's extremely affecting my generation. This epidemic is known as body dysmorphia. We are constantly unnaturally shown images on a screen every single second of every single day. Our eyes absorb so much human AI filtered bodies. Our eyes absorb so much human happiness, easy mode, relationships 24/7 that we think our pain and our suffering is unusual, and therefore we end up feeling alone. We isolate. We lose trust for the world. I didn't even begin to realize that this was also a problem for men until around 2 to 3 years ago when I got into the manosphere space and started discovering the black pill. The black pill is actually the first thing that made me feel less alone. Not because I find truth in the black pill, but because I find truth in the fact that many of us are dealing with major insecurities that are not our faults right now. We're fed a lot of bad food, we're fed a lot of bad entertainment, and we're fed a lot of bad BS as it pertains to what creates happiness. You are not alone if you've struggled with food and eating disorder, your looks, and rejection. The only thing that continued to perpetuate such a disillusion of my mind was the amount of rejection I faced within romantic relationship. Sometimes people are just young and don't know what they're doing, and that's why they reject you. Sometimes you're just young and you don't know what you're doing, and that's why the universe deems you as not ready or prepared for a relationship, romantically speaking. What happened to you in your childhood is extremely important. You cannot overlook this, or you will never be able to understand why you turned against yourself and abandoned your own needs and began to hate yourself. There's a pattern of women in your life that you're attracting as well. It's not just one rejection you experience, it's the same one over and over again in different forms. I can't stress this enough. You are not alone for being alone. I don't sell courses. I offer my coaching services because I want to be with you guys one-on-one, helping you from my heart. Because I know what it's like to be alone in your room, hating yourself with your darkest demons. Once you get to the realization that that ladder that you climb for your looks will never be enough, once you realize that the obsession with anti-aging, the obsession with capitalism, the obsession with how we look is nothing more than a hamster running on a spinning wheel, once you come to that realization, you can begin to free yourself. Because you're not just looking for a woman in this moment, or a woman is not going to fix you in this moment. The freedom that your mind has the expansive capability of giving you in terms of not hating yourself and in terms of letting yourself live freely to enjoy the moment, because at least when you're alive, it's something as opposed to nothing. Life is brutal. It can as much as it can get better, it can get infinitely worse than things are right now. And that's not to take at all away from your trauma. That's not to gaslight you. Maybe you've literally been rejected because somebody has told you that you looked bad. But this does not mean that you aren't beautiful and capable of love, because beauty is subjective at the end of the day. Someone can turn to me and say, oh, look at that nose right here, right? It's not symmetrical. It sticks out. What is one to do with a nose like that? Well, I use mine to breathe. You know what I'm saying? I've been insecure about it too. But it's getting to the point of realizing you're not alone in this battle. Whether you're a man or woman watching this video, you are not alone in the never-ending rat race of not looking perfect and good and symmetrical and thin or strong and fit enough. What do I know? I know pain. This is why I came into the circle to help men. Because men are truly effing suffering. And women. These things are manifested much differently. I went through a time in my life where I was extremely jealous of women. Through the guise in the lens of social media, if you will. But you're not ugly. You're just existing. And you don't have to be sorry for being here. I really care about the work that I do because I don't want you guys to live in pain and look back at this time in your life and live with regrets. Because again, after enough suffering, you'll come to realize that the little things are what matters most. We have the air guardian coming through. Shift your perception. This is about needing to look at things from a higher perspective. Our minds are very much capable of expanding beyond black and white thinking into nuance. Do not downplay your intelligence as a human for this aspect. Hermit mode, retreat and recharge. Healing happens alone. You don't need to look for other people to make you happy. And then the traveler, move in a new direction. It's a journey to unpack all that, and every single one of us is extremely different. So your story is going to be different from mine, different from Bob's, and different from Bill. But it's your story. It's a journey. It's an everyday thing. In acceptance, it's the first reward. I'm telling you. Earth Mother, fear, love, and comforted. A lot of this can stem from your mother as well. There's a need to remother and reshape the way you speak to yourself.